What if I told you that you don't need a $1,000 sound system to make music? Nope. What if the secret to creating your own speaker or even playing a record was hiding in your wallet and your kitchen cabinet? Yeah, seriously? Okay, let's dive into this. Okay, first question. Take a simple plastic cup, the kind you'd get at a picnic. Could that actually become a loudspeaker for your phone? I know, it sounds impossible, right? But just stick with me here.
And then there's this puzzle. What if you could take a banknote, yeah, the cash in your pocket, and use that to play a vinyl record? I'm talking no needle, no fancy equipment, just a piece of money. So, how on earth could either of these things actually work?
Well, as wild as all this sounds, it's not a magic trick. Not at all. Both of these are actually just brilliant demonstrations of one single, incredibly powerful scientific principle. And this principle, it governs every single sound you've ever heard. And that secret, that one rule, is vibration. That's it. It's the key to everything, from the quietest whisper to a massive rock concert. Once you get this one concept, everything else about these two crazy experiments just clicks into place. So what exactly is a vibration? Well, it's pretty simple, really. It's just the super fast back and forth movement of an object. And when something moves like that, it pushes and pulls the air around it, creating these invisible waves. Our ears are built to pick up those waves, and our brain goes, hey, that's sound. So here's the bottom line. If you want to make sound, you gotta make something vibrate. Period. All right, let's tackle our first challenge, the cup loudspeaker. Now, with this one, there are no vibrations to start with. So our job is to make them. We're going to create them from scratch using these incredible invisible forces of electricity and magnetism. And you'll be surprised at how simple the setup is. You just need a music source, a bit of wire, some clips, a plastic cup, a couple of pencils to help you make a coil, and one of these super strong neodymium magnets. Putting it together is surprisingly easy. You just coil up some wire, tape that coil right onto the bottom of the cup, hook up the ends of the wire to your phone or music player, and then you just place the magnet right on top of that coil. That's literally it. You press play, and music starts coming out of the cup. But how is that even possible?
So here's the science behind it. The music coming from your phone isn't just music. It's an electrical signal, an electric current that's always changing. Now, when you run that current through the coil of wire we made, it creates its own magnetic field. It basically becomes a tiny little electromagnet that turns on and off and switches direction super fast. This little magnetic field then fights with the strong magnet we put on top. It pushes it, it pulls it back and forth, incredibly quickly. And that rapid push-pull motion is what makes the bottom of the cup, you guessed it, vibrate. And that vibration is the sound you hear. It's amazing. You've literally turned electricity into music.
Okay, so that was all about creating vibrations using electricity. Pretty cool, right? But now we're going to flip the script completely. We're going to take the opposite approach. This time, we're not making vibrations from scratch. We're going to find vibrations that already exist, locked away in the grooves of a vinyl record. And believe it or not, the stuff you need for this is even simpler. You just need a record player to spin the vinyl, the record itself, and a new 5-pound note. And yeah, the fact that it's made from that sturdy plastic polymer, that's actually super important. You are not going to believe how simple this is. You get the record spinning on the turntable, but don't use the needle. Just move the arm out of the way. Then, you very gently place the corner of the banknote right into the groove. If you curve the note just a little bit, it actually makes the sound louder. And that's it. You'll hear music coming right out of the money. So, what in the world is going on? Well, a record groove isn't actually smooth. If you could zoom way in, you'd see it's a tiny trench filled with microscopic bumps and wiggles. The needle on a record player is designed to ride over those bumps and vibrate. Well, in our experiment, the stiff corner of that plastic banknote is doing the exact same thing. It's physically bouncing over all those little bumps, and that makes the whole banknote vibrate. It's turning those physical bumps directly into sound waves. Yeah, it's a real aha moment when you get it. Somebody who tried this for the first time put it perfectly. They said, so it's like bumps in the vinyl, which then makes it like a speaker. And that's exactly right. The bumps make the note vibrate, and the note becomes the speaker. Simple as that. Okay, so let's step back for a second. We've got two totally different tricks here, right? One uses electricity and magnets to get a cup to sing. The other uses physical bumps on a record to make music come out of a banknote. But here's the thing. They're really just two different roads that lead to the exact same place. Let's put them side by side. The cup speaker, it takes electrical energy, turns it into a magnetic field, and forces the cup to vibrate. The banknote player, it takes kinetic energy, the motion of the spinning record, and uses it to read physical bumps, which makes the note vibrate. So you've got different methods, different energy sources, but the final result, it's the exact same thing, vibration.
And this is the big takeaway. This is the whole point. It doesn't matter how you get there, whether you're actively making vibrations happen with magnets or you're just reading vibrations that are already there in a groove. The goal is always, always the same. Get something to move back and forth really fast so it can make waves in the air.
So that kind of leaves us with a final really cool thought, doesn't it? If all sound is just vibration, and you can make sound with something as basic as a plastic cup or a piece of cash, what else do you have lying around right now? What else could you turn into an instrument? What other hidden music is just waiting for you to unlock it?